Some good rules right there in case you do experience some angry wildlife. Looks like this is going to be a steep one. Never been to this park. Drove here today. I listened to an interview by a guy that was talking about this place on Sasquatch Theory, and he said they're above the ponds, and so this one looked a little more alpine above the other pond. It was really exposed, really huge rocks. So I decided to come on here, and as you might have seen on the trailhead that I just passed, this is Beaver Trail, which is ironic because I brought my beaver chew walking stick. The beaver chewed these off. Might have got peeled by Sasquatch. I don't know, my nephew found it. And I was like, dude, can I have that? He's like, here you go. Ooh, look at the X right there to start it off. Right there. That is a clear one too. That's not just like pareidolia, that's leaning. Whoa. Well, lost the video there, tripped on the way up the hill. I was staring at this X. I don't find a lot of these, and I passed a trailhead to a 14er on the way here. I mean, I'm high in elevation. My ears were popping on the drive here. You can see some other stick work. There's a tree down way off in the distance over there. That's a good one. Interesting too to consider the way in which it's broken. And then this over it. This might be an active spot. I don't know who's going to be hiking on this trail today. Everybody's down there fishing for brook trout. That's really cool. I'm going to keep it moving. See what else I can find. Hey, I was walking up the trail, just noticing, you know, it's all washed out. I saw one mark where it looked like, I don't know if that's my boot print or not. No, I don't think so. So I was thinking, yeah, one person could have came up here since it rained or whatever. Then I saw this in the trail and I'm like, wait a minute. Normally somebody's not going to just rip that off. That had to come from, that's a clump. There's another one. There's an even bigger loosened clump. Okay, so those three in a row, 1, 2, 3, came uphill from this spot right here where something has stepped up and walked uphill right here. And the most amazing thing is that it looks like there are toe prints. That looks like a couple of toe prints right there. And you can see it more than likely left right foot right here in order to propel itself up the hill. But that is, I'm gonna say that is definite evidence of a barefoot. Whoa, this bush just sprung up out of, like, it just boing popped up. That is, whoa. That, I don't know, that was, holy crap, I wish I caught that on camera. I mean, it moved a lot. That was weird. I mean, more than just the breeze, like that sprung up. Anyway, toe marks here, pretty interesting. That was weird. Gotta be connected to the earth, gotta know your surroundings, but kind of interesting that that's ripped out too. There's some chainsaw cuts and stuff too, so maybe people did that, but I don't think people left the toe marks here. I'm gonna head up the hill and see what else I can find. Whose walking stick do you think this is? Here's mine for comparison. Okay, but I want you to notice the end of this. That has been repeatedly smashed on the ground. That's what happens. I have it really bad on my other walking stick when it's wet, and you walk with the stick when it's wet. It does that. So, who walked with this stick, gripped it right here, wore it all off? Look at that big ogre club. You know, I'm pretty sure that there's something going on with that stick there. Okay, one or two more things here at the ogre stick real quick. It's steep. Okay, this is like walking up a mountain. Just so you know, this is a hard trail. Come across this right here, just sitting here. It's been ripped out. Foliage is not even withering yet. That's recent. That's like, that happened like today. So I don't know where that came out from exactly. I don't see right up close where it came from. Oh, maybe it came from here. Is this another Bigfoot slide mark as it walked up the mountain here? Because it looks like it must have came from right in here. That could be a Bigfoot toe mark right on that thing, pulling it out as I push my thumb in right there. But man, I'm not one to just make claims. But I just heard some things. I don't know. Could have been just the wind and the aspen leaves, you know? This is a pretty fresh bust right there. This is their mountain though. It's really flattened off in a lot of spots. It just looks like something's walking all over it. Game trail right here. There's an animal rub right there. Beautiful country. I'm gonna keep following the trail up and around. I know the trail goes around this area, so, but it raises enough in elevation that I don't think I'm gonna miss a whole lot. I wanna get up and figure out the landscape first. This is my first time here. Don't wanna start bushwhacking yet. But you see stuff in the woods sometimes in the distance. You wanna keep going and looking, seeing if there's something else. But I'm sure there'll be more to see. Okay. All right, just to get this into perspective, how large this arch is. And it's pinned up in the trees right here. It's all still green. So that's recent. That is pretty strange. I'm going off trail. There's a little side trail at the top of this gully. And there are a lot of arches. See this one here? Coming all the way down, being pinned by this one across. Got that there that broke. That snapped off somewhere. But look at this double X arch with the crossing arches. A few more things all placed up, broken down, etc. I don't know, all kind of happening in the same spot, you know. So that could be a little bit of their work. The brake up there, it's busted and actually connected across. You can see right there. Interesting, hoping for something good. Trying to really enjoy the forest, you know, just for the beauty that it is without having to be overwhelmed with the thought of Sasquatch, but it's always in the back of my mind. Beautiful spot as I get higher in elevation. Keep you posted. Okay, stayed on the left side of the trail. Left side of this ravine. The trail's over here, but I just walked up on this. The trail's, I think, right there. So, I mean, close enough you could see it. They always are building things really close to humanity, really close to the trail junctions and stuff, so kind of doesn't surprise me, but just a cool looking forest out here with all the tree rubs. You can tell there's a lot of animal activity, which equates to food for a large Sasquatch. Huh. Really cool out here. Just trying to find the next stick conglomerate, you know, just a little random thing that makes me walk a little further, just find the next little thing. But I've also been wondering about like stick work on the ground. I saw close to a square, and I was like, oh, I bet they're making shapes. I've got to pay attention, but interesting here with the root ball in the air. I mean, it came out of here, but nevertheless, wedged in there good. So, oh, I see some fresh breakage. That's very fresh. Both of these. It's got a rotted core. Still couldn't be more than a couple weeks old. But this must be Bigfoot's side. It's kind of steep up there. So, but that's where I'm headed because I don't want to lose the trail. All right. Subtle. But that doesn't happen naturally. Didn't happen naturally. So walk into this shelter, whatever that is going to be, at the top of this ridge. But hoping that there's going to be a build there. There should be a structure at the shelter. But already seeing a lot of little things on the way up. Damn, I just heard something. I don't know if the video's gonna pick it up. It sounded like, woo! Could have been the wind just picking up and whipping through the treetops. I don't know. I really think I heard something though. It's all flat up here too, which would like be a good place for them to hang out. Because it was steep getting up here, I tell you what. Damn, there's a big break here, dudes. That's pretty major. Whatever did it. Uh-oh, hold on, I'm gonna end the video, but I heard something over there. Something snapped. Okay, single sneeze, that's a rarity. Friend! Hello? Holy shit. Holy shit. I don't think I'm just hearing things. Like the trees and the wind and shit. I mean, there was like some snapping and stuff. Just heard it again. Yeah. Big broken off tree top right there. I'm tripping, it's just that tree. Makes you wonder, like big divot though out of the ground like that. Looks like another X right there, clear as day. Oh, nice. Found what I was looking for. I don't know if those are amanitas or not. But, there's a mushroom of sorts. This is why you gotta think every little snap and crack is a Bigfoot, because this really looks like an X. This is a really kind of interesting area with a lot of aspen. And it's flat. I could see them hanging out here, but anyway, I think that is a clear Bigfoot X if there ever was one. So, trying to find a good TP. We'll see if I'm fruitful. All right. Okay, check this out. There's a bunch of trees kind of put up here. This one's stuck in there vertically with that, flash, that break with the blaze of color on the top there. But I was hoping to find some larger tree work. Oftentimes they'll do it with aspens. And what drew me over here was these two hanging up in the tree there, but just wanted to walk over, see what's going on. Looks like we got an old fence kind of busted down upon and stuff, but I don't know. These could be them pushing stuff all over here together. Just the amount all stuck together, but no clear teepee structure yet. 360 or whatever. 340, 320, all the way around, mostly with a door. But I don't know, might just be their style, their building style out here. Do not know. But just Just looking for anything animal kill signs or tree work or other signs. Been being pretty quiet. Every once in a while I'll tap my stick. But hiking, listening. Trying to be safe out here. That is really fresh. The leaves aren't even wilted on this. Dude, this is like it's dry. It's like last night. Definitely really recent. Leaves aren't even wilting. Guess maybe it's alive. I don't know. That's weird. Can't believe it's living through that much. That little tiny bit of bark. I don't know if it's a coincidence, but sitting right underneath that tree was the skull cap. Been looking for animal kills. Man, I was just thinking, this better be worth the walk. And I saw the structure here, the shelter. Kind of funny that this is placed here too. You know what I mean? No purpose for that to be there. Camping reservation required, so you can rent this out and actually camp here. But you better be careful, because Sasquatch is going to sneak up and watch you sleep. There's the good structure. I knew there'd be one up here. Had a feeling. Look at that vertical placement right there. Looks like a dog head. Don't like that. There's wolves out here. I was thinking about Dogman and crap. I don't have any bear spray. I need to get some. It'd be something good to have. Just my trusty stick and a couple knives. But yeah, if we're going hands-on, we're going hands-on. But this is interesting. There's a couple arches incorporated into this build. Wow, that is really beautiful. That is really cool. That is neat. Makes it all worthwhile when you find what you're looking for. Look at the 90-degree bend in that. But those arches are impressive. And it's actually being held down by the weight of the structure, it appears. Look at the burnt one right in the dead center. Sure that was not randomly chosen. Well, looks like a Sasquatch structure to me. Pretty cool. And I'm getting some great exercise. And yeah, this might be kind of the end of the line. I'm gonna look around here, see if I see anything else. If not, probably the end of the video, but thanks for watching. It's been a journey. There is another section of trail I may actually go down. And there may even be more. It just depends on how I feel on the way down. If I want to take the short way or the long way. But like I said, if this is it, this is it. Thanks for watching. We're gonna see you on the next one way or the other. All right, bye-bye. I just found $1 on the ground. That's great. Sitting here. I was looking at, ooh, look at this. I just found a knife too. Dude, talk about a score. Did Bigfoot leave that there? Why would somebody leave that jammed in the tree? Because I was looking at all this stuff here. And I'm like, dude, that's them playing with all the sticks right here. And here as well. Huh. I wonder if there's little ones up here too. Probably. Huh. See what happens when you pay attention? It pays off. Well, I'm gonna sit here and relax for a second before I get hiking. But it's amazing how you come across like a little piece of humanity like this, and it just feels like, oh, everything's so safe. And I was in here, I wrote in a little journal that they have here, said I was looking for Bigfoot evidence, and found the structure right here. But it's like home. I'm like, oh cool, yeah, I'm here making noise. I was banging my stick, and then I stopped, and I'm like, oh dude, I'm still out here with the mountain lions and the wolves and Bigfoot. It's like, realize that, you know. At least I got some good protection now. But I noticed this too. Fresh snap. I knew they would be manipulating the human areas, you know. Look at these placements here. Oh, it's just one. Oh no, it is two. But they're around, folks. They're around. They're somewhere. I've called out to them here a few times on my way up. You see right through here, you know, they're doing their stuff. They're building, they're utilizing the area for whatever it is they do. Oh, look at this. Could have been people, but can't forget to go pick up my walking stick. I left it over there. Just want to come take a look right here. Ooh, I think that was a hawk. Beautiful view out there. That's Colorado, guys. The real Colorado. Alrighty. Gosh, check this out. I was going to show you something behind me, but I turned around to check my 6 real quick. That's busted off freshly. And right here, dude, okay, I'm just gonna give you an example. I'll show you where 6 feet's at. That's 6 feet, so that's a 7-foot break. I mean, that doesn't just happen. Okay, that is an anomaly. That is a forest anomaly. 7 feet off the ground. Where there's structures and all sorts of trees put up and stuff. That's an obvious sign that something is going on here. The thunder is ripping. I'm trying to get it back, but this arch looks so fresh. Just gotta go look at it. It's not fresh, but established. Could be wrong, but well, I just say it because everything's grown on one side of the tree, but actually that is fresh. Okay, that is actually fresh. Interesting. They'll break the wood. I just want to see how they did it. Applying pressure in the right spot, I guess. Maybe it's a gradual process where you hold it, it moves a little, you bend it a little more. I didn't go back the other way because it was like an extra mile and the thunder is like raging overhead, so. But anyway, interesting signs on this mountain. A lot of tree manipulation like that. It's not 100% verifiable, but this, undeniable to me. That's a fresh rip. And it's beautiful work. It's interesting to see them doing stuff like that. But it would be cool to know the forest so well, to see like on the day after when you knew they did something like that, that would just be amazing. But gotta get up here with the big boys in the steep hills if you want to really get the good stuff. Just looking at those logs piled up real quick. Because I've seen them make walls. So, starting to rain, I do gotta get going. Just interesting. All right, folks. Raining on my Bigfoot parade. Catch you later. Stay safe, stay dry out there. Until next time. Bye-bye. Okay, the trail split was up there a little bit, but I came downhill a little ways just because I knew this trail parallels the road and I couldn't really get lost. I wanted to see what the landscape looked like. There's a pinned arch right through the trees here. Like a pinned aspen arch, but this is a lot more striking here. Small creation. I was gonna go walk down in this field and take a look, but looked up the hill, saw this, and realized, this could be a spot. When you see all the little game trails meandering out into these different areas, you know they gotta be used by the forest creatures. But this wasn't made by bear, this wasn't made by elk. I don't care who you are. I think you're full of shit when an anonymous internet account's like, yeah, I make those all the time. I seriously think AI is like, there's fake AI accounts out there tricking people, saying dumb shit, getting people to bite. You know, this is very interesting to me. Even got some of that plasma burnt wood incorporated here. Woohoo! Getting caught up. Right by the road. And really close to a pond with some fish in it too, so it would make sense that they'd be hanging out. Hoping somebody left some fish guts, or they're gonna go noodling when nobody's out. I don't know what time the park closes, but anyway, good find, cool stuff. This is definitely the end of the trip. I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.